be and let them do what they do. That's what they want. And it's just not going to happen like that anymore. These people are just ripping the repack community off. They're overcharging the repack community. They're exploiting the repack community. They're just liars. They're the liars. They're the scammers. And they're the fraudsters. They are.
There's so much to talk about in this process. Not only did we have people in the States looking on, there were people, continental Africans looking on from these different countries.
I bet.
And so what do you think? I mean, how would you view us if you were, someone that was a Gambian official, someone here in the Gambia, and you saw this drama?
If I saw that what was going on in the Gambia, and I was a Gambian official, I would not let African Americans have permanent residency in the Gambia. I wouldn't do that. And I would limit their visa, how long they could stay in the Gambia. I would do that because this is mess. What we have went over there and done is just mess. Just mess. Caused all this trouble. And then not only did you cause trouble, they included the government officials in on their mess. This dusty cover with Tay was talking about the prosecutor. She was including all of them in on her mess. Who does that? Who plays with the government like that? They do.
Now check this out. These ladies went to my ex-wife.
Yeah.
Who's a compulsive liar.
Yeah.
That's why she had to leave my house. But when she left my house, she went into an apartment before she started taking money. And then the last bit of money was $10,000. All of it was my money and no investor money because that was all spent and destroyed last year. So I'm not, I'm not a person that's without means. You understand? She's upset because of personal reasons, have nothing to do with anything.
Right.
Now, for these women to come and take this so-called Muslim, no Muslim sister would go up there and do nothing like that. Family. When I went to her family and I went to her father, this young lady was so disrespectful. Her father said, "I'm not getting involved in it." You understand what I'm saying? So it's still problems here. But to go and try to slander my name out there and say all of these ugly and nasty and disgusting things about me, and then when you see, things aren't going your way and not going to work out for you, you try to go even lower and go and try and go around my family as my enemy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So they trying to bring the same type of stuff that's happening in the U.S. over here. Who's gonna let you? How much you think a person can take? You keep on messing with them. It ain't done nothing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our people are people that like death and destruction. You understand? We can't bring that because people over here are looking at us and they're seeing us as the problem now.
Yeah.
Because
we are.
and we have a lot of brothers. A lot of the brothers that came over jumped on the side. If they was married, they was definitely going with the wife. You understand? Except a few brothers where the wife is cool. It was like, yo, we rocking with Kwesi. I got a ton of people. You know what I mean? All the smart ones stayed in the loop. You know what I mean? And I got a whole network outside of the whole diaspora community. You understand what I'm saying? I got a whole network outside of that. I don't even, I'm not, I never depended on the community.
Right.
We didn't get a chance to make no money. We was getting investment, but I put up the most money, 10K. I mean, 20,000. I put up 20,000 just last year. I spent a lot of money in this market, because I'm building people because those are the people that's going to be able to handle the heavy traffic and all the things that we are doing.
Right.
Trust me, we're still making it happen.
Right.
So, in your research, as you started to go in and take a look, what was one of the biggest, turning point items for you where you saw,
the biggest thing for me was when I discovered that Big Pimp and Happy Companion knew you. I had no clue that he knew you at all. None whatsoever. That blew my mind when I saw that That was when the turning point when I said these people are scammers, trash, and liars. Because then when I saw the video of how you helped him, how you brought him stuff, and then how he didn't know you anymore when things got heated, that's when I was like, this dude is trash.
I spoke with you about Happy Companion before. Of course,
yeah,
he was the first one that came over. He was in quarantine. I went down and got him. He actually, as I said before, he actually was he was the first Art Kathy guest. He stayed at the Ghana location.
Yeah.
He stayed there. So me and Happy Companion, we've always had a good relationship, but when the situation happened, like, it was so many people just stayed away because they didn't want their income or their potential to be threatened by it. It wasn't by those two ladies. Remember, they don't have no power. There's other YouTubers that's here that have clicks. So, they're going around saying, hey, you can't be friends with Kwesi. Oh, we don't do business with Kwesi. We don't deal with Kwesi. A lot of this been going on around here, a lot of division. But why? Why? No legitimate reason outside of we still have that same mentality of division. The old against the young against the old, the women against the men, the Willie Lynch syndrome.
Right.
But, during that time, we're gonna stick on the accuser, but he was one of the only people that would come through. And he would have to come through on the low because it was vicious. You know what I mean? I swear to God, I never felt like any time since over that I had to watch my back. Like even today, like when I'm moving around, I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm in the US again because you got people here, they got so much hate. People from UK.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was some people from the US, but like I said, people from UK out there, I feel like, these women got so much hate and they just want to do something to me. I'm like, dang, I'm like, yo, it's crazy. What the hell? I'm like, what's going on? Because I'm doing the most to help. You jealous because I got wives? You jealous because I'm empowering women? You jealous because I know how to do business properly? You jealous because you're mad because you messed up your own opportunity? I didn't mess nothing up. You ain't see me on YouTube messing up everything. You see me, I'm up there building. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing to bring nobody down or nothing like that.
Right.
You get with people that's outside of the country that has an agenda to undermine the Pan-Africanist movement, and you deliver and feeding them false information. And I'm talking about the Pan-Africanist fake leader here, feeding him information about other brothers here, causing the most drama as a woman.
I believe it. See, that's what I mean. I believe from what this research showed me, everything you just described, I believe that. Because that's why I believe that whoever was behind it, it wasn't the Dusty Divas. It was somebody greater than them. It was either the Blackset people, but I think it was more than Blackset. I think it was that COD organization. COAD, I think that's what it's called. I don't know who they are or what they do, but their name kept coming up in the research. But I could never find anything about them. But people kept saying something about them. You need to look at them. You need to look at them. They've got a lot to do with this, okay? So whoever this COAD is, people feel like they had a lot to do with this undermining this corporate coup against you because they did not want that competition. They did not want anyone to interfere with those American dollars coming in to repat. They wanted that money to continue to go to the UK people, and they did not want African Americans to pull their money together. They didn't want that. They didn't want that. Somebody who's in charge a little bit there in that repat community decided that.
You know what? We already know that it was Juliet, and that was behind it. People act like they're scared to say her name. It's all out. And like I said, everything that they've done, that they try to do to me, you know, situations like this in very different in the States. You understand?
Yeah.
Because they attacked me and attacked my Gambian family. You know, my wife gave up her bed. You know, the bed I sleep in right over there, Art slept in that bed. You know, a couple other people, Phoenix slept in that room. We gave up that bed, opened up our house.
Right.
So come over here. And
right.
These are Gambian people. You think people don't talk and they're not looking at this? The only one that don't people looking from the States, but people over here seeing us as crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. How it looks. That's how it looks. Crazy. It looks crazy.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, crazy. And none of the brothers, you know, like like I said, I work with Juliet Art. You know, I've sent out messages to try to get the brothers, you know, come together. We need to have an open line of communication for people before people get here, so you know something like this won't happen. But you got all of these egos, and everybody got their camp. You know what I mean? And it's the same drama from the U.S. coming over here, and it doesn't end well. It does not end well. It ain't no way in hell that's going to end well.
No, it's not.
Here, they trying to get on YouTube and they want to take shots at me. You know what I mean? You know, breaking into Keke house. Are you serious? They pulled me down there to the police station about that. They dragged me. That day, I was already going back and forth to Banjul, being harassed about the first situation. Then they called me out there, dragging me out of my way. You know, my time worth money. I had to pay money and legal fees and all of that to deal with that situation. I need that back.
Right.
You know, these brothers, you know, the money that we lost, it's a huge amount of money that was lost last year.
Oh, I'm sure it was. Because people were canceling. We would see, I remember this one family came right in the midst of everything. And you were trying to like hold it together. And the family was just looking like they were in shock. It was just terrible. It was just, what happened was terrible. It was terrible on so many levels. And what was even more terrible, I think the worst thing about it was that now that everything has been, you know, the prosecutor has decided on everything, are those people going to come out and say, oh, we made a mistake? Are you going to have, the Dusty D was going to come out and say, oh, we were wrong. Oh, we made a mistake. Is that going to happen? We falsely accused this man. Is that going to happen? Are they going to make all these videos saying those were false accusations? No, they're just going to let your reputation continue to be damaged by their false allegations. That's what they're going to do.
Well, you know what?
Dusty is still saying the same thing.
Well, I mean, at this point, anybody that's falling for that okie doke, you know, they're not people, you know, that have two eyeballs and have any sense about anything. No. You know, real recognize real. You know what I mean? You see, it's a hornet's nest of liars.
Yes.
That lies.
Yes. It's a lot of liars in the Gambia. There's a lot of liars over there.
You know, and some of these main people on YouTube will lie to you. You know.
Yeah, they will.
There's no integrity over here. If you're watching, you know, your food, trying to link up with these people. You don't see me on YouTube because, you know, it's all fake and it's phony. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not up there. You know what I'm saying? But when I was up there, y'all saw some real shit. You see me working, I still do. You know what I mean? I still get it in. I got a whole team of people. If anybody that come over here that run into me know what time it is. You understand what I'm saying? You know, but all of these agents that's working in the UK behind YouTube channels and creating all of this gossip content, nobody should be watching them anyway. Nobody should be watching them. Now, as far as this coalition of African descendants, you know, their hub is Moles 2, and as we know, that was their spot. You understand?
Yeah, that's what I think had something to do with it.
You know, so, you know, Moles 2, it ain't no secret that they were down there and all of that nonsense was going on down there. We might as well put it out, everything out in the open. You know, I got a lot of people over here. You understand? You never know who you're talking to. We don't want that type of thing over here. Y'all, you know, people causing problems. You know, you talking to somebody, you never know. It might be my brother, it might be my cousin. I got family members and stuff over here. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? And you know, like I said, you know, but now, you know, now that this Mr. Jallo, look.
Who is that?
Mr. Jallo was arrested for land fraud. This is the guy that Juliet was working with. So the whole time she, you know, she's trying to, you know, defame me, but she got all of these scams going on. She's the biggest scam, Juliet. And then and this is how she defecated on the movement and defecated on African Americans mostly, but UK people too, is to have all of this drama and nonsense going on while she's making money off of land sales, you know, selling people land that's not even fully owned, and continued into that process, knowing what she was doing was wrong and not being registered as a business while she's running a smear campaign against me.
Wait a minute, her business is not registered in the Gambia. Are you serious?
Look at Negro P. And Negro P is a turncoat. He came out and started speaking against her. You know, they did a whole video up there talking about I had a Ponzi scheme. That whole video is
I've seen that part. She doesn't know.
Listen, that's defamation. When I take it to court, there's no question that they destroyed our business. Yeah, they did. Listen, anybody that made a video that was a defaming video, if they come in this country, they could be they could be summons to the court for libel. Because I have records that money based on things that were said and accusations and videos that were made, these defamatory videos. You know what I mean? Anyone that made a video that's in this country or that comes to this country can be held and will be held accountable. You understand? What they did to it must be punished. You understand what I'm saying? They must be punished. And a lot of people, a lot of them, like blacks, their whole character, their whole reputation, and you know, she could have had 100,000 subscribers or more now. You understand? But she's like, you know, I'll have my little 40,000 as long as you stay at 2,500. I don't care. You know, I call them kamikaze heroes. You know, they'll kill themselves to bring you down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they will. That's what they wanted. That's what they were doing. That's what they're doing. They're killing themselves because they're all exposing themselves. Just like Molly Morris. Why would that man come on my page and troll me for Big Pimp and Happy Companion? Why would he do that? Why would he do that? I mean, because it's just, they're all falling apart now. Because they're all just falling apart and they're all being exposed for who they are. That's really what it is. That's really what it is.
I sent you over an email, right? And I told there's a group of individuals that's coming together just to, you know, make sure that proper information is getting out. And I want to stay focused on the accusers and ones that's directly involved. Now, Happy Companion, like I said before, he was the only one when all of that happened. He would come and see me under the cover. You know, he would come because
he wouldn't let nobody else know he was coming, huh? He would do it when ain't nobody looking. That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody looking, and when it's dark outside and when ain't nobody around, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna see you. Man, that ain't your friend. That ain't nobody's friend. That's a friend to nobody. What good was that? He should have, if he would have came out and said at that time that you were a friend of his, you're an honest person, and whatever you helped him with, if he would have just spoke out and said something, that would have helped.
Hey, check this out. Hey, Keke, during that time, how many people came out and spoke on my behalf?
Nobody. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I said Big Pimpin' is trash, man. He's trash because he's sneaking over to see you, but in public, he don't know you. Just like Paul did, who was that in the Bible? When they got Jesus, And they asked him, "Isn't this your friend?" And he said, "No, I don't know him." Asked him 3 times.